Unfortunately, damage has been done on our perimeter fence over here. Thankfully, none of the goats did get out. Come on, girls. So when we built this, it's electrical fence, we left this little cutout that we can put just like a piece of panel on, and the goats come right through it. Makes it pretty nice. You can see the goats have been clearing up the fence line. It's hot, so they haven't been touching it. I say that as one almost gets shocked. But there's our little cutout. It works great for all the goats. Even the llamas can get under it. They don't like to go under it, but they can. And so everyone got a lot of rain on them last night. And so there's our cutout. And then we do have a gate down there. There's a gate that, you know, you can open that, and it is open, so they have both sides to go through. Just makes it easier for them. But they are enjoying this nice sunny day, the first one we've had in a couple days. So, come on, girls! Here they come. It's one of the newest kids, bleach blonde Nanny. This is a pile that needs to be burned, but when I do it, it's probably gonna hurt one of these trees or a couple of them, so a little apprehensive to do it. So not sure if we'll do it or just leave it. The kids like to play in it. Not our favorite activity that they do, but they enjoy it. Oh, running very fast. Oh, they're having so much fun. Son and mother look alike. Here comes an older Nanny. They're having a good time. They think I'm feeding them, but I just want to take a look at them, see them. Nice thing about having them by the house is because I can do that. Remy's here also monitoring my socks and sandals. But for as much rain as we got, we really don't have that much standing water, which is surprising. And so here comes another old girl and her big old buck kid. Here comes another big kid. This is Paint Nanny's son. He's actually really, really large. She's doing a good job with him. She's actually pretty skittish. She's not my favorite Nanny. She's pretty, but she's a little too skittish for my liking, but she makes good kids, so she can stick around. There's a Nanny with her first time having a kid. She's doing great. I always know when she can't find it because she screams bloody murder. But she has a cool face marking. Had a brown kid. Little doe kid. Now she's gonna leave because she also does not like me very much. Easy, down. Walk. I got a gate up here. I want her to go through with her kid. Come on. Easy. Slim is better than having another person. Easy. She'll see this gate is open in a second. And there she found it. Walk up. Shh. Down. Down. Lie. That'll do. Good job.
Went ahead and took the weed eater underneath this timeless fence here. It usually does a pretty good job of keeping it burned out as it touches, but with all this rain, it's had a hard time keeping up. That charger's solar, and as you can see, it's overcast and there hasn't been a lot of sun, so charger gets weak, and 2 or 3 days of it not being super hot, that grass ends up overtaking it. So I went ahead when we had some sunshine, I don't know, a day or two ago, I took the weed eater under it and went ahead and sprayed some weed killer or grass killer underneath it too. So I think I've had to do that one other time, but I mean, this fence been up, I don't know, 3-4 years now, so only having to take a weed eater to it twice. Other than that, if it's pretty sunny like in the summertime and the grass is growing, that charger does what it needs to do and keeps it down. But you can see we've got some pretty serious water going everywhere. It's pretty pretty full. Like I said, 14 inches probably in the last 2 weeks. That's a lot for our area. I think we get like maybe 36 inches a year. So that's quite a bit of rain in a short amount of time. So, but all right, well, the rain has been coming down pretty good since probably about 3 a.m. this morning. We just had the first let up of the storm, and it is what, 2 o'clock right now? What time is it?
12:46.
It's 1 o'clock. So it's been raining hard for almost, 10 hours, 9 hours, something like that. This is the most rain we've ever seen since we've lived here. We've been here.
We probably had almost 14 inches in the last 14 days.
Yeah, about an inch a day on average. But a lot of that has came in big spurts. We were lucky enough to have a break in all the rain for a day or two where the sunshine and the ground had a chance to absorb some of that water. But we are getting a lot of stock tank water. Everybody's stock tanks are overflowing, which is why it's starting to kind of flood out. But this morning when we left, they were out there in the pouring rain eating. So goats don't like water, but they also like green forage. So they were out there having a good time in the rain. A lot of these mamas are raising those babies real well. The babies are getting real big. You can see one there, it's got his ear tag ripped out. But here's another group of babies right there. And you see a little dwarf baby in there, Tyler's dwarf baby. But overall, pretty happy with the rainfall and whatnot. We got a lot of roads to fix here. A whole road to get into the house is actually washed out, and the main road that we actually live off of, it's a dirt caliche road, and it's all jacked up too. So there's gonna be a lot of maintenance to be done and after the storm. But I think it's supposed to keep raining for the next couple of days on and off. So yeah, they got plenty to eat in there. A lot of it is rye is starting to seed out. It's been pretty cool. It hasn't been too warm, so a lot of that is going to stay growing and staying green until we get that first, 3 or 4 days of solid 90-degree and up temperature. It'll probably start to burn out. So we want to make sure that we eat it down good enough to give everything a chance to grow up, all the warmer stuff, warm season stuff. We even brought some of the horses up here to eat something down because it's starting to get away from us. But I think we'll have enough pasture to get them through probably about another 2 or 3 weeks before we're gonna move them. Like we said in one of our other videos, we're gonna move them to leased pasture and the electric fence, and that same time we probably just end up weaning the kids off. So about a month from now, it might be a little early, but we'll kind of see where we're at, because we really don't want to have to wean at leased property where we don't have pens and stuff set up. It becomes kind of hectic. We did that one year and it is not fun. The babies don't listen anyway, as it is.
These bad little children. Bad little children. This is their favorite spot, as well as that thing. They're gonna run away. Go, go, go! Big boys and little girls, couple dwarf kids in that bunch. And so we're gonna mosey on over here. Yesterday, neighbor called me and said, "Hey, 3 of your dogs are out." I was like, "How?" Because None of these are ever climbers or diggers or anything like that. They've never gotten out before. You know, it happens, but this set has never gotten out before. And I didn't think to come over here and check after all that rain. We've got kind of a little overflow spot. It's not a creek or anything, but it's where the runoff to the pond goes. And when that ran off, so much debris came down because it's just collected and collected for 5 years. This has never washed out like this. Well, unfortunately, damage has been done on our perimeter fence over here. Thankfully, none of the goats did get out. I mean, it was one of those things, and the goats, for whatever reason, stayed in, surprisingly, because over there is the neighbor's property, and it's very much a temptation because there's lots of leaves, lots of things they like. We have a lot of grass for them, but not as much so leaves, because we've kind of let them graze them down so heavily in the last couple years. So of course it's a huge temptation, but you can see the fence here. It goes down underneath that big tree. There's a couple big trees, debris on it, all the way to here, and then it is, you know, fenced off that H brace, like dual thing going on there, triple, whatever. So that's the fun part of lots of rain. We have lots of grass, but also lots of random unforeseen disaster. You know, there's nothing I can do. The ground is extremely wet right now. I don't want to bring the tractor over here or any kind of implement to come pull all this off. I'm not going to pull it all off by hand when I can just do a couple sweeps with the tractor to get the big trees. So I'm gonna wait for the ground to dry a little bit. Speaking of the escape artists, these three right here. Rosie stayed back with her herd. Usually that's how it works. You know, a couple dogs will leave if a gate gets left open or something like that, or a situation like this, or this even gets taken apart by pigs or deer. So these guys went on a little gallivant all the way across there, quite far. I found them. They came running. That's the nice thing about having pretty friendly guard dogs. Easy to catch, not a big deal. But I went ahead and just set up electric netting here. This will keep the goats and the dogs from going over this and gallivanting again. So, you know, it's a temporary solution, but it works good for us because our dogs and our goats are so heavily broke to electrical fence. And honestly, this is not even hot right now. They think it is. That's all that matters. You know, if I have to make it hot, I sure will. But hopefully within the next week or so, we will be figuring some things out in terms of getting all this off. I mean, I'm sinking into the ground. There's a lot of grass, but it's still very wet because this is usually all dry. So lots of big logs and sticks and trees. So we'll get this, and honestly might set posts on either side and just kind of do a small stretch there, and then our big stretch. That's a long stretch for us to do, but you got to do what you got to do. You live and you learn. We didn't know that this is exactly what would happen, so we might set something here and make some pipe fence over here, just so if this ever does happen again, it wouldn't be knocked down quite like T-posts and field fence. But you know, we'll think about it and look up some ideas on how to do kind of like a small creek bed situation. But overall, for now, we're just gonna run with this hot fence. Keeps everyone safe, contained, and luckily I have good dogs that came right to me, and the goats were also very good, surprisingly, because normally they're not. So that's the 411 on our rain disaster. Here's a little mini water holding place. The goats usually use it for water whenever we have heavy rains or anything like that. This will fill up for a little while with water. They don't even bother coming up to the fence by the house to get a drink. They just drink out of this dirty water, even though we have it access to where they can have clean, fresh water from the well. But this nanny right here is going to show you, maybe. She's talking to her kid now. But there, the dogs drink from it. They play in it. Not my favorite thing that they drink, but, you know, a goat's going to do what a goat's going to do. And honestly, we could almost probably just dig this out and make a tiny little pond. And look at these little bad boys and girls. Just being naughty. See, she got her kid back. But yeah, so that's another little water spot. Really like having this. It's nice for the dogs, nice for the goats, especially because it stays cool. So the dogs will come in here and nap when it's kind of drier, and they'll dig it out a little bit. Doesn't hurt anything. So it's a little grove. They enjoy it. And then we have another one up that way, but it's not in like a grove. It's an open area, but it has a spot that holds a little water. But the kids are out, they're playing, they're having a good time. Climbing, being naughty, the normal. It is absolutely crazy how much grass we've had this year, but we still have these little goat weed things even in the very dense grass. Unfortunately, would like to eventually see these leave, so we'll be sure not to graze this down too crazy because we don't want to give that more bare dirt to come up. Of course, this is a little road, so kind of impossible not to have that there. But you know, over here it's been a great year for grass, crazy amount of water. But would like to see these plants, they kind of burn when you touch them with your skin, so really would like to see those get gone. The goats, they don't seem to mind them at all. Here are the kids bouncing around. This is how they break legs and get wounded. So you can see some are really high up in that tree. Yeah, this is kind of what an evening looks like for them, making their rounds and being bad. Look at this child. They're not Spanish goats. That's, you know, you never would have guessed. Of course they are. Always got to get into something to be up high. And hopefully they don't hurt each other. Rosie's going over there to check on them. She's like, what are you guys doing? Don't think you're supposed to do that. But that's kids for you. Nellie's also gonna go check, make sure everything's in order. So I've recently added Rosie to this kidding pasture. Well, they're done kidding, but this kid pasture with their moms. Where she came from, she was with nannies and kids and things, so she was not new to babies, but she was new to us, so you know, we were just a little careful. We kept dogs in here that we knew we could really trust with moms and placentas and things. So I moved her back over here with Nellie, Allie, and Remy here, and she has done phenomenal. I really have been very proud of how she's acted and been, especially coming into an all-girl gang. This is 4 females. Remy is spayed, everyone else is intact. So that can cause some fights, just hormones and things. But so far, you know, they've had their little throwdowns, but they've also very much found a way to work together. Let's say like Rosie gets along great with everyone. Allie, over here, the black and white one, and that white one right there, they can kind of tussle sometimes, mainly because Allie's coming to the age where she wants to be a boss. But Remy, overall, no one bothers her. Even Nellie respects Remy. She has seniority, and Remy doesn't pick fights. But Allie wants to come up in the world, so she tries to kind of nitpick at Nellie, which she's absolutely not going to win. She has lost several battles with that, and they're still great friends. It's just at times Allie tries to climb the ranks, and Rosie doesn't have any interest in fighting with anyone. Now if they pick on her, she's gonna come right back, and you can see Nellie over here. That's kind of a dominance display. Nellie knows she's over Rosie, and Rosie's gonna roll on her back there, and then Nellie's gonna stand over her. All dominance there, just slight things to watch for. So it's just standing over her head, kind of sitting on her a little bit, looks at her, but Rosie is not making eye contact. She's being submissive. And she doesn't want to pick a fight. Now, like I said, she will absolutely fight back if someone picks on her or anything like that. There's a kid coming up behind Rosie. But overall, I mean, a very good mix of females here. Their personalities have done well together, even with being intact and everything. So I can't complain at all. Remy gets along with everyone. She's spayed. She's even from when she was intact, she never caused problems with anyone. She minds her own business. Allie, as she matures, it'll be interesting to see where she ends up on her hierarchy. I don't think she's going to be as high as Nellie. I think Nellie will be my top female. She's the biggest. She also just seems to boss everyone around. She knows that she's not as fast as everyone. She's a bigger dog, but she knows that she is top dog. Well, she eats first and everything else, and she always will protect the babies. She tells the other dogs kind of what to do. Rosie, I imagine, will be higher than Allie, but it could be a surprise in there because Allie's not like jugging at the line to be higher. She's just existing. And you can see why Nellie's just such a good girl right there. That baby wants to, oh, that's so sweet. But either way, so back to it. Allie, you know, I'm sorry to say, I don't think you're going to be top dog anytime soon. Now, as she matures and gets older and older, she might. But as long as Nellie is here, and even Rosie definitely will be higher, as well as Nellie. And then she's just going to go chase after. Oh, the dogs are barking. They're going to go check it out. Even though there's nothing going on, it's just the dogs barking at the house. So, there they go. So you can see Remy's coming back. She's going to hang back a little bit. And then the other three are going to take off and go check out. Oh, the neighbor is on his Polaris. They're hearing that, so they're kind of just letting their presence be known. It's kind of fun watching, and you can see the goats kind of will sometimes merge together and get in a group for the dogs when they bark. It's not that the dogs hurt them, but they'll group up for the dogs, and because they know the dogs are going to do something to protect them, make sure that they're safe, and they know that the dogs will keep them safe. Very fun behaviors to watch. And, you know, the kids, they do their own thing, but they do listen to the dogs pretty well. And so Remy's standing back here. She can hear him over here now. That sounds like a bulldozer. So I don't know. Either way, that's just some fun facts for you and kind of how this group of dogs is working out. Remy's going to walk me out. I'm going to go ahead and head back to the house. That's just one thing about Remy. She'll always walk me kind of back to the truck. Ever since she got bit by that rattlesnake and everything, and we developed such a close bond, she will kind of come with me wherever I go, which I don't see as a bad thing. I mean, she knows her job, and there's nothing over here right now that's going to get anyone. So Remy, she'll always walk me out. She listens really good. She's the only dog that I don't have to really put a leash on, and she'll just follow me wherever, even with an open gate. She'll run next to the tractor or anything I need her to do if I need her to go to a different pen. She's very biddable about it. Super great dog. She knows the rules, and she listens pretty well. Hi, Rem. She says, yes, I am the best. Remy girl. So see, she's gonna come over here. Come on, Rem. She says hello. So yeah, she would 100%, especially if I asked her to, she'll kind of leave me around here. The truck's right up here. But she'll stay right there and watch me. And now if I ask her to come with me, she'll come. Rem. See, so that's just, come on, walk with me. And I put my hand out for her. She'll walk with me just like this. And sometimes I can even hold her ear a little bit. And so she'll stay with me the whole way, you know, if I ask her to. Very sweet dog. I do love our little relationship. And, you know, that's part of it. You build relationships with your dogs, and at least we do. And it makes everything easier. Vets, moving, the whole 9 yards. Huh, Rem?